What up, YouTube? Spotty Beyond here. Starting with my first comic book haul. Hope everybody's having a great day. Um, I think I got the itch to do this after being subscribed to Simply Incredible Podcast, Alex Comic Quarter, Doom 143, Spidey Fan, Seeking Near Mint Comics. I love watching those comic book hauls, the variants they get. I think the thing that gets me the most is the random act of kindness. I know I have a few friends here. We'll call each other up and ask if, hey, do you have this, or B, do you have that, and we'll switch off and on, in trade or something like that. And that's the way the community should go. But anyways, I do thank those guys for giving me the thought and the courage to try to see if I can make this work. But anyways, too much talking already. Weapon X #1, Grigland. Awesome read. It's one of those books where when I started the first page, got to the last page, I wanted more. So it took a while for me to calm down until the next one came out, which would be #2. Still a great read. I love that land cover. That is one of those covers that you just look at and say, I know I've seen that somewhere before. And the only reason why I don't know or what issue or where it was is because I'm not a big X-Men fan. It's I guess a long story. It just, one of those things where they didn't grab me back in the early 80s, 90s, 70s. Well, late 70s, early 80s, on and so forth. So it kind of shows my age, but still love it. It's great. I can't wait for the third one to come out. Yeah, that's all I can say about that one. I am a huge fan of anything Spider. Almost anything. There are certain ones I couldn't get into. Silk. Spider-Woman was so-so. Superior Spider-Man, as you can see, still is one of my favorites. I've always had a soft spot for Ben Reilly, the Scarlet Spider. From his technically first appearance in Amazing Spider-Man 149 to Web of Spider-Man number 118, and then till now, off and on. The Clone Saga that I think Todd Knott drew. I was a sucker for the Clone Saga. It is something I truly, absolutely enjoyed. I am wanting to make sure I don't miss a book in this, but I have a local LCS, which is actually also a gaming store. They order from Diamond, get them shipped in between some of the stores they have, and then if they have it, they have it. If they don't, they don't. I don't have a local LCS, so that is considered for me mine. So it took an extra week for me to get this one. I do have a Books A Million in town, and there is a few shops out of my city in Charlotte. I don't live in Charlotte, North Carolina, but I live close to it. Work is the other issue, and then family and home life is the other one. But I try to keep everything separate. Back to Ben Reilly. Sorry about the rant. There's a personal reason why I've always loved Ben Reilly, besides Peter being able to have a quote-unquote brother. For me, everybody called me Uncle Spidey. D from the Simply Incredible podcast, we talked about it before. The reason why I like and love Ben Reilly. He knows. Let's just say I'm a father, so you can figure that out. But it's also a good read. I do love... Okay, I was going to spoil it, but never mind. This is a Midtown haul I got. It was A few I was planning on ordering because it was easier for me to get them that way. Because, like I said, my local excuse me, LCS does not carry certain things, or they don't order certain things. So for me, it was a lot easier for me to just order and have them shipped to me. This is one cover I think is absolutely crazy cool, and I do like Ghost Rider. I like the Robbie Reyes version of Ghost Rider, and so does my son. So this is his copy. Spider-Gwen, Venomized number 18. Another one I absolutely do love. Like I said, I love just about everything Spider. Spider-Gwen was one of those obscure characters you didn't think of before, but until Edge of Spider-Verse came out, number 2? It was just been on since then. So Robbie Rodriguez, Jason Latour, Jason Aaron all hit a home run with this character. Gwenpool is another one of those characters that you just wouldn't think of, and then all of a sudden, boom, there it is. I love this cover. I love the pink, the white, the smile, the way the Venom symbiote is all over the place. It's just a cover I absolutely did want. Amazing Spider-Man, Renew Your Vows. Number 5, the Ramos cover. Humberto Ramos is in my top 5 of favorite cover artists, or interior artists, or both. I met him at a Heroes convention one year, and had him sign a few books that I had, some early Spectacular Spider-Mans, and a couple others. And I followed along certain ones that he did. I love this cover. I love what he did with it. I loved how he made it still his own, but I guess in a sense, for me, not. And it's just a perfect cover. And it's in mint, almost, I mean, near mint, almost completely mint. I think the only thing is a little tick right here at the top, and that's it on this cover. It is one I plan on getting slabbed for me personally, because I do love it. And I do love the story too. I love how it carried on from Secret Wars. The Mighty Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers in the symbiote suit. Crane you can't lose. Carnage, some Silver Surfers I know, and a few others that I can't randomly get off my top of my head right now. His covers are just so dynamic and straightforward, but it has so much power. They're just beautiful. This one is another one that is almost absolutely perfect. Will be slabbed. We'll be sending it off. And all new Wolverine number 18. I know it's a book everybody's been showing, everybody's been getting, and it's an awesome book. And there's a reason why. I mean, one, you can't go wrong with X-23, and two, you can't go wrong with the Venom symbiote. Put them both together, and it just makes for one beautiful picture. I didn't want all the other variant versions and stuff like that for this cover. I'm happy with this cover. I'm happy just to have it, because this one was the hardest one for me to get. When I did order from Midtown, they said it was out of stock. When I got my box, it was in there saying sorry. We did have a copy. It was our last. Here you go. I think they've got more online now, but that's what I got. Anyways, but it's awesome. Now on to a few of my DC. By a few, I mean probably this stack. So you can see, I do. It seems like I might favor DC over Marvel. I never did. It took a while for me to to warm up to DC. Flashpoint, Blackest Night, Brightest Day was, yeah, okay. But those two really started to pull me in. So I started getting a lot of the Green Lanterns and Flash and such. And then when the New 52 came around, I got those, read them. I did love them. I wasn't in love with the books, I guess you can say. Short story, a friend of mine, his son had a birthday, and for his birthday he wanted some comics. Well, that was his birthday present, all my 52. Do I regret it? No, not one bit. Because to this day he still has them, and he still reads them, and that's a lot for me. But anyways, when they did Rebirth made me feel like I was back with Flashpoint, Blackest Night. I want to start reading these books again. And for $1 cheaper, I can get 3 or 4 more books each week when I can get them, other than what Marvel charges. So it's a win-win for me. Great stories, better price. Superman Reborn. Sorry, it was just a rant. Superman Reborn, Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Part 4. Loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. I think I could read the story over and over and over and probably still find something new. I just love the interaction. If you haven't read it, I'm not going to spoil it, but there's a little imp involved. That's all I'm going to say. Black Dawn Part 1, Superman number 20. Excuse me. Still going awesome. And you could tell from a little bit from when Superman Rebirth started till now, a little bit of his costume changed. So if you haven't read Superman Reborn, you need to. Superman number 21, Black Dawn Part 2, Superboy and Damian, John and Damian, them two together are just funny. And I really like it. It's literally like watching 2 13-year-old boys try to play Pokemon or something. And one's got a better card than the other. One's got to be better than the other. And it doesn't matter which one. Their interactions are great, but they complement each other also. So for me, it's like watching Superman and Batman at that age. The Button Part 1, Batman number 21. This is the variant, the non-lenticular cover. I did not want the lenticular cover. I'm not big on those. I will pick it up eventually. I missed Flash number 21 and Batman number 22 because my local LCS hasn't gotten them yet, or they're holding them until tomorrow, which is Free Comic Book Day, so I don't know what's going on. But I will eventually get those. It was a good read. It was a really good read. It was a quick read, but it was a good read. I'm not going to spoil it if you haven't read it yet because it's been out for a few weeks. So if you've got it, it's in a stack, and it's part of your read, say, for the weekend, then I won't spoil it. But it's good. Justice League number 19, part of the Timeless series. This is the, I guess, quote-unquote sketch variant. For me, it's one of those, adult coloring book covers. I really do want to get out my crayons or something and color this up however I want to. Maybe put Batman in a Green Lantern suit, Superman in a Flash costume, Flash in Reverse Flash. I don't know. I probably won't. Or maybe. But anyways, it's an awesome cover. The Timeless is a good read. I still like the interaction between Batman and Superman. It is perfect. Justice League of America number 1. This is the fried pie variant. I do have a Books A Million and a Second in Charles in the area. It does take a little while to drive to them. But I do like to go from time to time. This was at Books A Million. I think it was last week when I went in to check out some stuff. And they had about 13 copies and stuff like that. Still got it pretty cheap. I just like the Lobo Killer Frost look on the cover. I think it's perfect. And going back to Super Sons, John Boy Myers, going back to Fry Pie variant. Picked this up on when they actually did have it the day of release, which is surprising sometimes for Books A Million. A lot of times, sometimes they won't get their books in on time. I just love this cover. John Boy Myers is a crazy artist. Makes everything look so super cartoony, I think, in my opinion. But it's awesome. And it's a good read. And like I said, that not only do they like to argue with each other, but they complement each other. If you haven't read it. Pick it up. Find it cheap, pick it up cheap. It's a good read. Suicide Squad number 15. Yes, I do have 14 to number 1. These are just books that I've just recently got. Burning Down the House. Good read. John Romita Jr. Artwork. Still like the ripping of the shirt. Suicide Squad number 15 variant. I will not ruin his name, but if I'm not mistaken, it's Will Portacio. If I'm wrong, somebody down in the comments, please let me know. Awesome cover though. Tony Daniel, Suicide Squad number 16, Earthlings on Fire Part 1. These are all great stories. If you haven't got them yet, pick them up, read them. This is an awesome cover. This is cover A. I almost decided to choose it over this one, but you can't. There's no way you can sit there and go, I am going to leave this cover behind. Because I won't. You won't. Nobody will. Batman Harley Quinn, cover of her and the Joker. Suicide Squad number 16, her and Lex. Her holding kryptonite. You can't go wrong with an homage. Ever. Especially when it looks like this. This is one I will be sending off. I don't know. It's probably a 9.6. Right at it. I think it might have one small little tick right there. But that's all I see. Harley's Little Black Book, number 23. The Bruce Timm variant. Passed up on the sketch variant, blue line variant. All I like is color. If I find it cheap. For some reason, the blue line and the sketch variant was a little bit cheaper than this one. And usually it's the other way around, I thought, for these. But I love the cover. She did it. Old, new. It's just perfect. J. Scott Campbell, Harley's Little Black Book, number 1. This cover for this book, I have searched and searched and searched and searched. And every time I find one, it's usually $45, $50, $60, $70, somewhere like that on eBay. I actually picked this one up and the Bruce Timm cover for, I think the Bruce Timm was like $3.49 at Midtown. And this was $8.98 at Midtown at one time, I think. It's been a while. I've had them for about 2 months now since I ordered. Because I ordered most of them before the Venomized covers were released, if I'm not mistaken. They had that big sale. I think these two were part of them. Met J. Scott Campbell at a Heroes Con in 2010. He is an awesome guy. I wish this book was out at that point, because this would have been one that was signed. I do have a few that are signed by him. Since I live in North Carolina, Rebel Base had a cover variant, Harley Quinn number 1. I can't remember it. Randolph, something. I can't remember his last name. It's on the back of the book, I know. But for some reason, this was a hard book for me to find. Everywhere I went, I couldn't find it nowhere. I looked online. People wanted $40, $50 for it. I actually went into Second and Charles, and they had it for $1.95. And I bought it. So it's not in the best condition. Got a little staple stress right there, and a little tick right there. But other than that, it's okay. I still wanted it though because I just love the cover. I love the all white, and I love how it blends in with Harley. Another Harley Quinn #1. This is the Fry Pie variant. This is Babs Tarr. She was at a mini con in Charlotte about 2 years ago. Awesome person. And I think I had Spider Gwen #4, the Babs Tarr variant for Heroes Con. I think it was. She signed that for me. We actually me, one of my best friends, short story, went, got a grab bag. I wanted that book. The book was in the bag. I was happy. She signed it. I was happy. She's supposed to be at Heroes Con this year. I'm going to get her to sign this one and the black and white. Harley Quinn Other Regions #15. This is the regular cover. Harley Quinn's #15, the Cho cover. And if I'm not mistaken, these come bagged with the Into the Badlands series. I've watched it. I've kind of liked it. Harley Quinn #16, the regular cover. Harley Quinn #17, the regular cover. This is an awesome cover. I will not deny that. And Harley Quinn #17, the Cho variant, which is even better. I love that cover. And then Harley Quinn #18, the regular cover. My next few books are, for some reason, my local LCS/gaming store received these in. And I know it's one per retailer, because he has technically 4 quote-unquote gaming stores/comic book stores. But he only got one of these, and it was always on the rack right where I live. So I'll go in. I don't expect to find anything like this, and there it was. Rose #1. I still have yet to read it. I know it's about fantasy, the girl, the cat. I heard Meredith Finch's writing is really outstanding. But it's the retailer incentive. So I was pretty happy to get that for cover. I think it's going for about 18 to 20 if you find them like that. Maybe a little bit more. But it's probably one I'm not going to keep because honestly, I don't know why I bought it. I read something up on this before it came out and wanted to get the first issue. Same thing, went to my gaming/LCS. This was the only one he had on the shelf. Was a retailer incentive. But it is a good read. I still have yet to get the, I think, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th issue. Because I do want to find out what happens. Because he hasn't gotten them in since this. But this will be one I do keep. I'm actually contemplating getting this one slabbed. Also, the Old Guard I read something up on. And found out that Skydance had optioned it for a movie. So I think I'm going to get this one slabbed also. But it's actually a good read. I do like the story. I know the 2nd and 3rd issues are out. I still have to pick those up again. Probably something I'm going to have to order. But it's the gold foil. And there's really nothing wrong with this book either. At all. And then the other week he had Redneck, which surprised me. Walk to the very back, got the racks of comics, and there it was. Same place all the other ones were, just sitting there. So I decided, well, you know what? I've got the other 3. I'm going to go ahead and grab this one. I think I might have missed out on a couple of the other incentives, but it's not something I go out and look for. Now, I will keep this one. I have not read it yet. I'm going to get issue #1 to read because I heard it was an outstanding read. I heard Donny Cates is outstanding. I heard the story is just weird. So I just want to try it. If not, I'll probably give up the other ones and keep this one. I don't know yet. I might give this one up. But that's my little haul. I know it was about 25 minutes or so. Sorry about the long time. Neal Adams Harley Quinn. Nashville Wizard World. Love that. That's probably my most favorite picture of Harley Quinn I have. Next to Jamie Tyndall right there. All right. Well, I appreciate your time. Thank you guys. Please don't be too harsh on me. Leave any comments below of what I can change, what I could do different. And I hope you guys have a great day and happy hunting.